I'm Kat, if we haven't met face-to-face yet. Hopefully we will soon. So core flow today, things will be a little bit more athletic in nature, but just like any other class, it's your practice, so take it as you need it. I'm going to be using my playlist on Spotify, and I'm actually going to press play right now. So if you have yours pulled up and you want to use it, go for it. If not, no worries. During class, Tanya's going to have everybody muted, so you should be able to just hear me. If you have, if anything's kind of funky or if you have questions, there's also a little chat box that you can write something down in, and Tanya can address those if we need it. But otherwise, go ahead and come onto your mat. And I usually like to start practice however you want to. So whether that's on your back or child's pose or seated, just somewhere that gets yourself really grounded. So yogis, whatever shape that you choose to start in, go ahead and close your eyes and just start to focus on your breath. Whatever your body is resting on in this space, whether you're on your mat or using props, allow yourself to come into this space fully. So allowing yourself just to settle in, to sink, to feel the support of your mat, of the earth below your body. Maybe start to notice the rise and the fall of the chest. So the breath moving in and out through the body. So our focus and practice today is core. Our core is essentially our powerhouse. And I heard something the other day actually about our power and correlating that to being vulnerable. So something maybe that you wouldn't normally think of. Every one of us has experienced trauma to some varying degree, whether it's physical, interpersonal, environmental, financial, or some other form. Most of us are feeling a little bit of that right now, that imbalance, maybe a little bit of grief, uncertainty. Feelings of anger, of hurt never really go away when we ignore them. Every emotion you swallow takes up residence in your body and it gets stored in the subconscious mind. Those unprocessed emotions are still with us, and they sometimes bubble up to the surface, and they disturb the apparently smooth veneer of personality that often protects our inner world. Many people come to yoga to escape the suffering, the trauma, to find a more peaceful existence. However, the path is not an escape. Instead, the peace that comes from yoga happens when you truly accept yourself in totality. Yoga works when your heart grows so big and it can contain the good and the bad, the happy and the sad. So in the safe space of your yoga practice, you can feel vulnerable, you can make peace. By cultivating a response based on your breathing, your posture, your focal point, you learn that you are bigger and stronger than your emotions and your past experiences. You are exactly where you need to be, going through exactly what you need to be going through. So in practice today, we recognize, we open up and accept our vulnerability. Even if it brings us to tears, share the raw, unedited, unprocessed version of yourself. Take 3 deep breaths wherever you are, 3 conscious breaths. Inhaling fully, exhaling completely. In your own time, we're all going to be in different shapes. We're going to find our way to tabletops, all fours. Spread your fingers wide, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the heads. Inhale, drop the belly, open up the heart. As you exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale. Starting to find whatever shapes feel good in your body. Practicing in your own safe space this morning, so allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to open up. Take a few more rounds of breath. And then yogis, whenever you feel ready, we'll find our way back to all fours, tucking the toes, sending the hips back, smoothing tailbone back. Bending the knees a lot or a little, start to walk up the heels. Nice and deep press, maybe looking underneath the shoulder. Giving yourself about 3 more rounds of breath. And we're going to start to walk our way up towards the top of the mat, front forward fold. Bending the knees a lot. Let your upper body go. Let your chest soften down towards your thighs. Maybe there's a sway. Find a bit of stillness. We're going to settle into the middle, spread the toes, grind out the feet, turn around and nice and slow. Stack the vertebrae one at a time. As you come up, open yourself up. Maybe just a hint of a back bend. Send your hips and your heart forward. Exhale, melt your way back down. Front forward fold. Let's do that again. Slowly unravel vertebrae. Spine opening up across the heart space. Maybe back bend feels good. Then melt. Let's take one more. We're going to meet up at the top with the hands pulled into heart center. Soften, maybe close the eyes. Set your intention. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, forward fold, yogis. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, melt your way back down. Inhale, root to rise, all the way up. Extend your mountain baby back bend if it feels good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. So starting to move with your breath, going between the two. Maybe your pace is different. Fill up the space around you. Fill the space within. When you feel ready, when you feel balanced, we're going to come back into downward facing dog. Planting the hands. Maybe taking one more walk out in the feet and then settling in, finding stillness. Send your heart back towards your thighs. Breathe, full breath in, come forward into your plank. Exhale, lift the tailbone, send the heart back again. Inhaling, floating forward. So taking your time, shoulders just slightly ahead of the wrists. Next time we come forward into our plank, let's pause there, let's hold. We can come to the knees, we can stay on the toes. Let's lower, hover halfway, release. Baby cobra, tops of the feet pressed into the earth. Hold the shoulder blades back. Send the hips back, child's pose. Give it 2 breaths. Striking cobra, so we come forward, the chin, the chest, the hips open, and then press back. Moving with your breath. Building a bit of strength. Yogis, we'll come back to knees in downward facing dog. So from our child's pose, we'll pop up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, send the hips back. Feet can come together at the back of the mat. Let's open the hips so right heel's gonna lift. Bending the knee, releasing the heel. Maybe square off the shoulders. Maybe find some movement. Three-legged dog when you're ready. Then knee to nose, rounding through the spine. Send it back out. Knee to nose. Send it back out. Knee to nose, look forward, step forward. Coming into a lunge. We can stay on the back toes, we can bring the knee down. Maybe the hands leave the floor. Hands come down to frame the foot, feet to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Planting hands, high plank. Give it a breath. Lower halfway. Cobra, up dog if you're ready. Downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of the mat. Left heel lifts. Opening the head. Three-legged dog when you're ready. Straighten it out, toes to the sky. As you exhale, knee to nose. Send it back out. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time, inhale. Knee to nose. Look forward, step through. Lunge on the other side. Hands come down to frame the foot, stepping to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step back into your high plank, give it a breath. Exhale, lower halfway, cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Right leg is gonna lift to the sky. Right knee to the right elbow. Pause. Send it back out. Right knee to the left elbow. Send it out. Right knee in the middle. Lift. Step through. Spiral the back heel down. Warrior two. All right, the legs stay strong. Just a little tug of war. Movement comes from the rib cage. A little bit of a reach forward, reverse your warrior. Back to warrior two. A little bit of a reach forward, open up space again. Maybe we pause here at the top of the thigh. Maybe the hand comes down, extended angle. Hand comes down and frame the foot. Take the front leg, your right leg back up to the side. Three-legged dog. One more time, right knee, right elbow. Back out. To the left elbow. Back out. In the middle. Back out. Foot can come down or it can stay lifted. High to low plank. Cobra or up dog. Down dog. 2 breaths. Left heel lifts when you're ready. Left knee, left elbow. Back out. Bring it across. Back out. In the middle, yogis. Look forward. Step forward. You're going to open up to your warrior two. A little bit of tug of war. Take the reach forward again. Reverse your warrior. Warrior two. Little reach forward. Side angle maybe extended. Hand comes down to frame the foot. Left leg goes back again. Three-legged dog. Left knee, left elbow. Back out. To the right. Send it out. In the middle. Send it out. Might stay lifted, might touch down. High to low plank. Cobra or up dog. Child's pose, yogis. Ease the hips back. Give it a breath. We're coming up to all fours. Tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Big spinal balance. So opposite arm and leg. Breathe in, elbow and knee come together. Lengthen and squeeze. Two more. We're going to lengthen back out. Now find the corners diagonal. Come back to the center. One more time, diagonal. Come back to the center. Hand comes down. Whatever hand is grounded, open up. Thread the needle. Quick stretch. Support yourself when you're ready. Lift, open up, and then we'll reset. So we take spinal balance on the other side, lengthen, elbow and knee. Two more. Now we're gonna reach out, find the corners diagonal. Inhale, come center. And wide. Come center. Release. Thread the needle on the other side. Do a good stretch. Hand comes in when you're ready. Support yourself. Open. Release. Tuck the toes, side the hips back. Down dog. Right leg's gonna lift. Look forward. Step forward. Warrior two. All right, if you want a little bit more, you might try lifting the front heel. Keep the hips down. Keep the front hip open. Breathe. Do one more breath. Heel's gonna come down. A little bit of a reach forward. Now maybe this time we'll keep it in space. Pull the shoulder back. Rise back up, warrior two. Stay strong in the legs. Come forward, hover. Lift up. One more time. Curve over. Reach up. Legs lengthen, hips shift to the back. Triangle. Give it one more breath. A little bit of a bend to the knees. Come on up. Let's switch the feet. So we take warrior two the other direction. So again, if you want, you might pop your front heel. Two more breaths. And when you're ready, heel comes down, a little bit of a reach forward. Let's see if we can float it. C-shape your body. Breathe. Rise up, warrior two. Float it over. Rise up. One more time. Reach over. And open. Legs start to lengthen. Hips shift to the back. Slide the fingertips forward. One more breath. And nice and easy, a little bit of a bend to the knee as we come back up. And release. Let's turn the toes in a little bit. Hands are going to shift towards the hips. Lead with the crown of the head. Just come halfway. Hold the shoulder blades back, pull the belly in. Then allow yourself to fold the rest of the way. A nice wide straddle. So we're going to do some wide straddle push-ups here. I don't know what your space looks like, so you might have to adjust a little bit. But if you do have a little room out in front of you, try walking the hands out. 3 push-ups. Then we'll walk ourselves back. Take a little bit of a pause. We're going to do that 2 more times. So slowly walk out. 3 push-ups. Pause on the way back. Last round. We'll pause back in our straddle. Little bend to your knees. When you're ready, you can slowly walk your hands towards your right foot. So we're coming into a lunge. Step all the way back to your down dog. Maybe clear it out with a flow. take a breath. Down dog or child's pose. We'll come down to tabletop, to all fours. And we're gonna open ourselves up to a modified side plank. So right hand and right knee stay down. Fingertips can reach to the sky. Then try extending the leg up, so an extension of the hip. Then the arm goes forward. One big straight line. Elbow and knee are gonna come together. So we crunch. Crunch. Two more. Then hold that long reach. Foot comes down, gate pose. Hands gonna cartwheel back down to the floor. So we're gonna come into a side plank. You can stay here in a modified position. You might choose to stack the hips. You might choose to lift the top leg. Two breaths. Beautiful, guys. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Let's flip ourselves around to the other side. So starting first in that modified position. Zip up, rotate open, arm, and leg. Fingertips go front. When you're ready, we crunch. Couple more. Then take that long reach, hold. Foot comes down, hand comes down, gate. Spiral the hand back down. Maybe choose to stack the feet, stack the hips, and lift the waist. Two breaths. All right, carefully release. All the way down to forearms. So we're gonna hover. Elbows under the shoulders. We can do this on the toes. We can always bring the knees down, a little bit of a kickstand. Just really drive the forearms down. Pull the belly in and shoulder blades back. Four. One more big breath in and out. Then lower the hips all the way down. Little baby cobra. We're gonna come back into that forearm plank again. So take your time, reset. Hips are gonna move this time. So we dip, middle, dip to the middle. Nice and easy. Last one, and then hold your plank. Breathe. Lower the hips all the way down. Baby cobra. Lift and open the heart. All right, we got one last thing in our forearms. So we're gonna come up again, but let's come up to the knees. Let's take them a little bit wider. We'll still pull the shoulders back. I wanna lengthen my spine so shoulders and hips are pretty much in line with one another. Then we're gonna reach out to the corners and tap. So I'll turn side on. That gives you a little bit better view. But we're reaching out, pulling in, reaching out, pulling in. If you're feeling pretty strong, wanna pop up to the toes, go for it. And essentially, we're trying to keep the hips nice and steady. Trying to keep from rocking from side to side. Last couple. Reach and in. Breathe. One more. And next, all the way down. Little baby cobra. We're going to come around to our backside. So mindfully make your way over. We'll bring the knees into the chest. Give it a good tight squeeze. Maybe rock a little bit. Full body stretch. Arms out, legs out. All right, a bit of Pilates. Fingertips are gonna leave shoulder blades. It's a Pilates roll up. So we're taking our time as we come up. Maybe there's a little bit of lengthening on the way forward, and then slowly put on the brakes. Down a vertebrae at its time. Move at your own pace, move with your breath. If you need a little bit of assistance with it, and a knee, it can help you on the way down, it can help you on the way up. And then next time we come down to our backs, we're going to stay all the way down. Take out full body stretch when you get there. And then you can bring the knees into the chest and give them a hug. All right, knees are going to stack over the hips. So knees are there, belly pulls in, low back nice and firm in the floor. So right away you should feel the belly fire up. We're going to tap the toes. Tap, lift, tap, lift. Super small movement, super controlled. So you can stay with your singles, or you can try doubling it up. Tap toes, lift. Tap toes, lift. If your back is starting to peel up off the floor, come back to singles. Last couple. All right, give your knees a great big hug to the chest. Bicycle twist. Leading with the shoulder. Again, if the back is starting to come up, one foot down, just peel it up. Last couple, guys. We'll bring the knees into the chest. Give them a hug. Home stretch. Scissor kick the legs. So we're going to hover the legs. Lift the upper body. Breathe. Last couple. And then when you feel balance on both sides, go ahead and release. Release the chest. Rock and roll a little bit, circle the hips. We're gonna take this rock up towards our sitting bones and then slowly back down. Next time you roll up, stay. Be sit. Maybe you stay, maybe you let go. Hands come in, toes come down. Bring your chest forward towards your thighs. Nice tall spine. And slowly round yourself away. All right, let's reset. Hands are gonna come to either side of the hips. We're gonna come back onto our sitting bones. Raise the belly. We're gonna rock and extend. One side to the other. A little bit less. Maybe angle the toes down. Maybe it's just one leg at a time. A little bit more. Maybe the toes go up a bit higher. Last couple. And again, when you are balanced from both sides, toes come down, chest towards the thighs, nice long spine. Roll yourself away. And then put the brakes on one last time. Slowly come down to your back. We'll bring the knees into the chest. Spinal twist. Arms out, shoulders anchor us, knees fall to one side. Just relax. And then very slowly bring the legs up to the middle. As you exhale, lower to the other side. Carefully back to the middle. Let's open the hips. Happy baby. Knees soften to the outside of the shoulders. See if you can get your tailbone to come down to your mat. Rock a little bit if that feels good. Keep the left knee soft. Let's extend into the right hand. So getting into the adductors along the inner thigh. Just a couple of breaths. And then go ahead and bend the knee on that side. Try to knee out into the other hand. Bend the knees, slowly guide the knees back in towards the chest. Feet come down on our mat. Let's just take 2 bridges today, 2 heart openers. So walk the heels in. Trim the tailbone under again, belly in, arms long at our side. When you're ready, press through the soles of the feet. Lift the hips, maybe inch, shoulders under. As you exhale, down nice and slow, vertebrae at a time. Find the natural curve of your spine on the bottom. And then one more time, if wheel is part of your normal routine, your practice, when you're feeling open, go for it. If you want to stay with bridge, press through the feet, lift the hips. On an exhalation, down nice and slow release. Give your knees one final squeeze to the chest. Supta Baddha Konasana, recline butterflies. bringing the soles of the feet together. Just allowing the hips to open. Allowing the back of the body to release down onto the mat. Just give yourself 3 more cycles of breath. You can stay here longer if you like. If there's any final movements, any final stretches that you need to take to complete practice, take your time. When you're ready, you can settle in for your final Shavasana relaxation. So just as we started today, bring your conscious awareness back to your breath. Just as your bodies settle into the space on your mat, just notice what you notice. If there's a space that feels maybe a little bit heavier than another space, if you're tending to hold resistance or tension in one area, just pause there. See if you can direct the breath into the space. Exhaling fully and completely. As you breathe in, breathing in, sense of openness, of a new energy, of new possibility. And as you exhale, letting go of anything that's holding space, anything that you're ready to release, anything that you're working on releasing. As we wrap up our practice together today, I'm going to share a quote with you. In the beginning, it is always dark. The mind thinks and leads us to believe that the darkness is forever. But the body can feel the light, and as soon as it's allowed, it will grow towards it. That's nature. That's yoga. When you feel ready, find a little bit of movement once again in your body. Maybe wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Allow yourself to move freely, to stretch freely. Continuing to stay mindful if we're on our backs or our sides. Start to gently press yourself up. So we'll find our way to seated. And if you're comfortable, drawing your hands together at your heart. Feel the rhythm of your heart. Notice the breath. We'll end our practice with one more breath together as we inhale. Circle the arms overhead. As you exhale, draw your hands together, bringing them into our heart, sealing our intentions with grace and with gratitude. Namaste.
Namaste.